Miss Spider's Tea Party by David Kirk. Yeah, it's a story about a spider. Open it. One lonely spider sipped her tea. While gazing at the sky, she watched the insects on the leaves. And many flying by, if I had friends like these, she sighed, who'd stay a while with me? I'd sit them down on silken chairs and serve them cakes and tea. It's okay, Birdie. Do you like the story? The pictures are pretty. Two timid beetles, Ike and May, crept from the woodwork that same day. But when Miss Spider begged, please stay, they shrieked, oh no, and dashed away. Oh boy, that's not nice. The three fireflies flew inside that night, their spirits high, their tails alight. They spied the web and squeaked in fear, we'd better get away from here. The little trio did not feel they'd care to be a spider's meal. Would you want to be a spider's meal, Birdie? Probably not. For bumblebees buzzed by outside. Please come to tea, Miss Spider cried. The four ignored her swaying there. She waved a tea towel in the air. She took a cup and tapped the glass. Then one bee spoke to her at last. We would be fools to take our tea with anyone so spidery. What do you think, Birdie? Would you have tea with a spider? Do you think so? Within the shadows of the room, just peeking from behind a broom, 5 grinning faces bobbed and peered. Miss Spider smiled. Her heart was cheered. Descending for a closer look, she danced into the gloomy nook, but sadly found those jolly mugs belonged, alas, to rubber bugs. Oh no, those weren't even real bugs, Bella. What do you think about that? She has no friends. Some ants strode in. They numbered 6, but ants with spiders will not mix. She brewed them tea from hips of roses. The proud platoon turned up their noses. What do you think about that, Bella? You think that's nice? A fine bouquet concealed its prize of 7 dainty butterflies. Miss Spider, watching from the wall, was not aware of them at all. Isn't that pretty flowers, Bella? You like those flowers? The tea table was set for 8, with saucers, cups, and a silver plate. The cakes were fresh, the service gleamed, yet no one would arrive, it seemed. Her company in no demand left her a cup for every hand. That's sad, huh? Would you go to her party? Nine spotted moths kept safe and warm in shelter from a thunderstorm. They stood beneath an open sash and watched the jagged lightning flash. Miss Spider dropped down on a thread, a silver tray above her head. She'd hoped to please them, but instead... What's going to happen, Bella? They flew away in mortal dread. Oh no. That's sad. They've left me all alone. she cried. She dabbed her eyes and sadly sighed. It's plain no bug will ever stay. Her tears splashed down upon the tray. She's crying, Birdie. Should we make her feel better? 10 tiny steaming cups of tea were perched atop her trembling knee. She sipped and sobbed, then heard a cough, and turned to see a small wet moth. A fragile thing so soaked by rain, his wings too damp to fly again. Maybe they'll become friends? She smiled and took a checkered cloth to cloak the frail and thankful moth. They talked and snacked on tea and pie until his tiny wings were dry. Then, lifting him with tender care, she tossed him gently in the air. Oh, they're smiling. I think they may be friends. The moth told Ike, then Ike told May, who went from bug to say, there is no reason for alarm. She's never meant us any harm. So later on that afternoon, assembled in the dining room, 11 insects came to tea to share Miss Spider's courtesy. They had a tea party. Would you go to their tea party, Bella? What would you eat at the tea party? You like the tea party? 12 tender violets in a vase, presented at Miss Spider's place. Set by her chair so neatly spun, she munched the blossoms one by one. Her friends were glad to watch her feast upon the floral centerpiece. It was a great relief to see she ate just flowers and drank just tea. Miss Spider's reputation grew. Before too long, our hostess knew each bug who crawled or hopped or flew, and all their lovely children, too. She's pretty, isn't she? She's so colorful. And there she is with her tea party and all her friends. Yeah. Which one's your favorite, Birdie? You like that story, Birdie? I think Bella likes the story. Come here, Birdie. All right, that's it for story time today. Keep watching, and you can tell your friends. And if there's any stories you want, just let me know. Write a comment, and I'll see if I have it in my library. Say bye, Birdie. Bye-bye.